Chosen one, listen to me carefully, because this message is not for everyone, and it did not reach you by accident. This did not appear in front of you by coincidence. This did not land in your spirit randomly. If your heart stopped for a moment when you saw this, if something in you got quiet, if you felt that pull inside that said, I need to hear this, then understand this clearly. God is interrupting your mouth before your mouth interrupts his process. And let me set the boundary right now. If you are here to mock, argue, twist, laugh, or treat holy instruction like entertainment, this message is not for you. You can leave now. If you came looking for noise, this is not your room. If you came looking for drama, this is not your table. But if you are chosen, called, set apart, and you know God has been dealing with you privately, then stay. Because what God is about to say to you is protective. It is corrective. It is urgent. God is saying, be silent about this until he opens the door. Not until you feel excited, not until somebody asks you, not until you get nervous and need reassurance, not until you feel tempted to prove that something is happening, until he opens the door. This is not a suggestion. This is not symbolic. This is not God asking you to be mysterious so people will wonder about you. This is divine instruction. Shut the announcement down. Guard the details. Stop giving public access to what God is still forming in private. Chosen one, this is not fear-based secrecy. This is not shame. This is not hiding because you are embarrassed. This is not pretending. This is not isolation rooted in pain. This is spiritual restraint. There is a difference between hiding because you are afraid and being hidden because God is protecting you. There is a difference between silence caused by insecurity and silence commanded by wisdom. God is not asking you to be quiet because nothing is happening. He is asking you to be quiet because something sacred is being protected. Do not announce what God is protecting. Do not expose what heaven is preparing. Do not hand every ear the right to hear what only your obedience was trusted to carry. Not every person who listens to you is assigned to cover you. Not every person who smiles at your news can handle your promise. Not every ear deserves access to what God is building behind the door. If you sense God teaching you restraint in this season, like this video as an act of agreement, subscribe so you do not miss the next instruction he releases for chosen ones. And before we go any deeper, comment these words. Lord, teach me holy silence. Let that be your declaration. Let that be your surrender. Let that be the first act of obedience before the main message begins. Chosen one, hear this clearly. The door has not disappeared. The promise has not expired. What God showed you was not a lie. What he whispered to you in private was not your imagination. The reason you have not walked through it yet is not because heaven changed its mind. It is because heaven is guarding the timing. A guarded door is not a closed door. A guarded door means access is being controlled. It means God is standing between you and premature exposure. It means he knows what is behind that door, but he also knows what is around you, what is still forming in you, and what would try to attack you if you stepped forward before the appointed time. God is not denying you. He is developing you. God is not ignoring you. He is hiding you. God is not delaying you. He is positioning you. There are doors God will open publicly only after he has prepared you privately, and this is where many chosen ones miss it. You think because the door is not opening fast enough, you need to talk about it more. You think because nobody can see it, you need to announce it louder. You think because the process feels quiet, you need to prove that something is moving. But God said, no, your mouth must not run ahead of the door. Your words must not reveal what your season is still meant to conceal. Because premature exposure can invite unnecessary resistance. Let me say that again. Premature exposure can invite unnecessary resistance. Some battles are not proof that you are powerful. Some battles are proof that you spoke too soon. Some attacks were not assigned to your destiny. They were attracted by your announcement. Exposure attracts interference. Interference slows momentum. And God is trying to keep you from fighting in places he never told you to reveal. Chosen one, stop mistaking guarded timing for rejection. Stop calling it delay when God calls it covering. Stop assuming nothing is happening just because the door has not swung open in front of witnesses. God works in hidden places before he reveals public evidence. He strengthens the hinge before he opens the entrance. He prepares the room before he invites the crowd. He trains your spirit before he exposes your assignment. And when God opens it, it will not be early, it will not be late, it will not be rushed by panic, it will not be forced by pressure, it will not bend because people are asking questions. It will open when God says it is time, not when your anxiety wants relief, not when your pride wants proof, not when your loneliness wants validation. When God says, now. Until then, guard your mouth, guard the details, guard the promise. The door is not closed, it is being guarded, and your silence is part of the security. Chosen one, stop telling people what God has not released yet. Stop talking about the move before God opens the door. Stop talking about the opportunity before God settles the timing. Stop talking about the relationship before God gives peace and confirmation. Stop talking about the vision before it has roots. Stop talking about the money before it is in your hand. Stop talking about the healing before God tells you to testify. Stop talking about the private instruction like it was given for public discussion. Some things God tells you are not announcements, they are assignments. Some confirmations are not content, they are covering. Some dreams are not meant to be shared immediately, they are meant to be carried quietly until obedience gives them shape. Do not give public access to what God has only entrusted to your private obedience. If He whispered it, do not shout it. If He revealed it in prayer, do not turn it into conversation. If He placed it in your spirit, do not hand it to people who were never assigned to guard it. And hear me clearly, this is not paranoia, this is discernment. This is not God teaching you to be suspicious of everyone. This is God teaching you to stop being casual with sacred things. Not everyone who listens is assigned to celebrate. Some people listen so they can measure you. Some listen so they can compete. Some listen so they can criticize. Some listen so they can find a weakness in what God is building. Some people collect information not because they love you, but because information gives them a place to interfere. Exposure attracts interference. Interference slows momentum. Loose words give opposition something to aim at. Let that settle in your spirit. Loose words give opposition something to aim at. When you speak too soon, you give unnecessary details to unnecessary ears. You reveal the direction before God has secured the path. You reveal the burden before God has built the strength. You reveal the promise before God has finished preparing the vessel. Chosen one, what is harmless for other people can be dangerous for you. They may be able to talk casually and nothing happens. They may share every plan, every detail, every door, every connection, every possibility, and still move forward. But you are not everyone. You are chosen, called, and set apart. Your words carry spiritual weight. Your mouth is not just noise. Your words are keys. Your words are seeds. Your words are signals. And in this season, God is teaching you that access must be earned, not assumed. So stop explaining, stop hinting, stop dropping pieces of the promise because you want someone to react. Stop testing people with partial information just to see if they believe in you. God did not ask them to believe before He told you to obey. Your obedience does not need a crowd. Your confirmation does not need applause. Your next step does not need everybody's opinion. Guard it, carry it, pray over it. Let God finish what He started before you invite other voices into it. Because the moment God releases you to speak, there will be grace on your words. But until then, silence is obedience. Silence is wisdom. Silence is the boundary that protects what God has not released yet. Chosen one, now God is turning the light inward, because sometimes the danger is not only who heard it, sometimes the deeper issue is why you felt the need to say it. Sometimes the leak did not begin with the wrong listener. It began with an unhealed place in you that needed a reaction before it felt secure. It began with anxiety. It began with impatience. It began with loneliness. It began with the ache to be believed. It began with the desire to prove that you were not crazy, that you heard God, that something is coming, that people were wrong about you. And God is saying, let me deal with that. This is not shame, hear me. God is not shaming your excitement. He is not condemning the joy you feel when He gives you a glimpse of what is ahead. Excitement is not evil. Expectation is not wrong. Hope is not a sin. But excitement without discipline can become a leak. Joy without wisdom can become exposure. A mouth moved by emotion can release details that your spirit was supposed to guard. Immature excitement announces everything. Mature faith can carry a promise quietly. Immature excitement says, I need everybody to know something is happening. Mature faith says, God knows, and that is enough. Immature excitement runs to people for confirmation. Mature faith returns to prayer for alignment. Immature excitement needs applause. Mature faith needs obedience. Chosen one, silence reveals whether you trust God enough to stop using people as confirmation. Let that sit in your spirit. Silence reveals whether God's word is enough for you when nobody claps, nobody understands, nobody checks in, nobody validates, nobody sees the sign you saw in secret. If God already confirmed it, why are you exhausting yourself trying to get people to confirm it again? If heaven already spoke, why are you still begging human opinion to make you feel stable? Some of you are not oversharing because you are careless. You are oversharing because you are anxious. You are talking because waiting feels uncomfortable. You are explaining because silence makes you feel invisible. You are dropping hints because you want somebody to notice that you are not where they left you. You are broadcasting because deep down you want the people who doubted you to feel the weight of what God is about to do. But God said, no, do not let revenge wear the mask of testimony. Do not let anxiety wear the mask of transparency. Do not let loneliness wear the mask of connection. Do not let impatience wear the mask of faith. When you know God spoke, you do not need to keep explaining. When you know God confirmed it, you do not need to keep defending it. When you know God is guarding the door, you do not need to keep broadcasting from the hallway. Settled authority is quiet. Real confidence does not panic for witnesses. Real faith can sit still with a promise and not beg the room to believe it. God is teaching your excitement to bow to wisdom. He is training your joy to wait for instruction. He is maturing your mouth so your words no longer run ahead of your assignment. So breathe before you speak. Pause before you post. Pray before you share. Ask yourself, am I saying this because God released me, or because I need someone to make me feel sure? Chosen one, let God be enough confirmation. Let obedience be enough movement. Let silence prove that you trust the one who spoke more than you trust the reaction of people who were never assigned to carry it. Chosen one, now hear the warning with a sober spirit. Some attacks were not random. Some confusion did not come out of nowhere. Some sudden criticism, strange delay, emotional disturbance, envy, sabotage, and heaviness followed information you released too early. You thought you were just sharing. You thought you were just excited. You thought you were just letting people know what God was doing. But in the spirit, you gave movement to mouths, access to opinions, and direction to opposition. The enemy cannot read your mind, but he can listen to your mouth. Let that sit in your spirit. He cannot enter the secret place where God speaks to you unless you carry the secret out and make it available. He studies patterns. He watches reactions. He listens to what you keep repeating. He notices what makes your voice shake, what makes your face light up, what you defend too quickly, what you announce before it is covered. And when you expose what God has not released, you give unnecessary warfare a place to locate you. This is why God is saying, be quiet, not because he wants you afraid, not because the enemy is stronger than him, never. God is not telling you to be silent because darkness has authority over your promise. He is telling you to be silent because wisdom does not hand strategy to opposition. A soldier does not announce the route before the assignment. A builder does not invite critics into the foundation before the structure can stand. A seed does not survive by being dug up every day for inspection. Chosen one, your silence is not weakness. Your silence is a shield. Silence starves opposition. Silence denies access. Silence keeps your next move covered. Silence blocks unnecessary commentary from entering your peace. Silence keeps envy from having a target. Silence keeps sabotage from knowing where to stand. Silence keeps confusion from wrapping itself around a promise that God is still protecting. How many battles have you fought that God never assigned to you? How many emotional storms came after you told the wrong person too much? How many times did your peace leave after a conversation that should have never happened? God is not condemning you. He is correcting you. He is showing you the pattern so you stop feeding what he is trying to starve. This is protective warfare. This is discipline. This is spiritual intelligence. You do not have to explain your next move to prove you have one. You do not have to announce the door to prove it is real. You do not have to give updates to people who cannot cover you in prayer, wisdom, or love. Chosen one, silence is your alignment. Silence is your protection. Silence is your spiritual strategy. Stay covered until God releases you. Let heaven guard what your mouth used to expose. Chosen one, God is not only hiding the promise, He is detoxing your spirit from the need to be understood. He is pulling you out of that exhausting cycle where you explain, defend, clarify, prove, repeat, and still walk away feeling unseen. He is delivering you from the addiction to being believed by people who were never assigned to discern you. Some of you have wasted too much strength trying to explain divine movement to natural minds. You kept trying to describe what God was doing in you to people who only knew the old version of you. You kept trying to make them understand the shift, the separation, the quietness, the new discipline, the closed doors, the changed appetite, the private conviction. But chosen one, some people are not confused because you explained it badly. They are confused because God did not give them access to the process. Let that settle in your spirit. Everybody is not supposed to understand what God is forming in you. Everybody is not supposed to approve of the wilderness. Everybody is not supposed to clap while roots are growing. Everybody is not supposed to see the evidence before obedience produces it. God is freeing you from the exhausting need to explain what only obedience can prove. How many battles have you fought because you could not let people misunderstand you? How many long conversations did you enter because one side comment disturbed your peace? How many nights did you replay accusations, assumptions, opinions, and judgments because you wanted to defend a process God told you to keep covered? How much peace did you lose trying to prove you heard God? How much energy did you spend trying to convince people that the silence was not failure, the waiting was not weakness, and the hidden season was not rejection? Chosen one, sometimes God allows people to misread you so He can teach you to remain steady without applause. Sometimes He lets them think what they want so He can break your dependence on explanation. Sometimes He allows your name to be misunderstood in rooms you are not in, so He can teach you that your identity is not held together by human agreement. If God has called you, you do not need every person to interpret you correctly. You need to obey. This silence is training your nervous system. It is teaching you to stop jumping at every trigger, stop answering every accusation, stop reacting to every side comment, stop opening your spirit every time someone demands access. You are not available for every debate. You are not required to respond to every misunderstanding. You are not obligated to hand your peace to people who only know how to disturb it. Silence recalibrates you. Silence brings you back to God's voice. Silence teaches your emotions to stop treating every opinion like an emergency. You are learning to breathe before you answer, pause before you defend, pray before you explain, and sometimes say nothing at all. God is not making you silent to weaken you. He is making you steady. He is detoxing you from the need to be seen, believed, applauded, or defended. Because when the door opens, you cannot carry a public assignment with a private addiction to approval. Stay quiet, stay rooted. Let obedience speak when God says it is time. Chosen one, understand this wisdom. Roots grow in darkness before fruit appears in public. Seeds break underground before they ever rise above the soil. Strength forms in places where people cannot clap, cannot comment, cannot inspect, cannot measure, and cannot interfere. The most important part of a tree is not the part everybody sees. It is the part buried deep enough to keep the visible part from collapsing when storms come. That is what God is doing with you. He is not punishing you in this hidden season. He is not burying you because He forgot you. He is not keeping you quiet because your promise is dead. No, He is building capacity before visibility. He is strengthening the root system before He allows the fruit to be seen. He is deepening you before He displays you, because what is coming will require more than excitement. It will require depth. It will require discipline. It will require inner structure. Chosen one, exposure too early can crush what is still tender. Let that settle in your spirit. Exposure too early can crush what is still tender. People may admire the fruit while damaging the root. They may praise what they can see while putting pressure on what they cannot understand. They may celebrate the gift but drain the vessel. They may want the evidence of your promise without respecting the hidden process that produced it. And if God lets you become visible before your roots are ready, the same attention you prayed for can become the weight that breaks you. This is why God hides what He is strengthening. He hides it so it can survive the weight of the open door. He hides it so applause does not intoxicate you. He He hides it so criticism does not uproot you. He hides it so envy does not poison you. He hides it so pressure does not rush you. He hides it so your identity can be planted in Him before your name is discussed by people. Do not despise the darkness of formation. Do not despise the quiet place. Do not despise the season where nobody can see progress but God. A seed does not argue with the soil. A root does not panic because it is unseen. It keeps growing. It keeps reaching. It keeps drinking from hidden places. And when the time comes, what was growing in secret becomes impossible to deny in public. If God pulled you back, that is covering. If He reduced your circle, that is covering. If He quieted your announcements, that is covering. If He made you less available, less accessible, less explainable, that is covering. He is not taking you away from destiny. He is preparing you to survive it. Chosen one, stay rooted. Let the root grow deeper than the fruit grows visible. Let God build what people cannot see, because when the door opens, you will need more than a moment. You will need foundation. Chosen one, now hear this with maturity. God is not telling you that you will never speak. He is not telling you that you will never testify. He is not telling you that the promise will stay hidden forever. Silence is seasonal. Hiddenness is seasonal. Restraint is seasonal. There is a time to be quiet, and there is a time when God will put fire in your mouth and grace on your words. But the release must come from Him. Do not confuse permission with pressure. Do not confuse a moment of emotion with divine release. Do not confuse somebody asking questions with God opening the door. People can pressure you before God releases you. Anxiety can pressure you before God releases you. Pride can pressure you before God releases you. Revenge can pressure you before God releases you. Insecurity can pressure you before God releases you. But chosen one, you do not speak because pressure demands it. You speak when God releases it. Premature speech has a sound. It sounds rushed. It sounds defensive. It sounds like panic trying to dress itself as confidence. It sounds like, let me prove something. Let me show them. Let me make them regret doubting me. Let me impress them. Let me explain this before they misunderstand me. Let me post this before they think nothing is happening. That is not authority. That is anxiety with volume. And God is saying, do not speak from anxiety. Speak from authority. Do not speak to force the door. Speak after God opens it. Do not speak to create evidence. Speak when fruit is already present. Do not speak because your emotions are swelling. Speak because instruction is clear. There is a difference between a mouth trying to manufacture momentum and a mouth carrying a word God has released. Released speech has peace on it. It has clarity. It has timing. It does not feel like striving. It does not feel like begging for validation. It does not feel like you are trying to convince the room. When God releases you to speak, there will be fruit, there will be order, there will be a door already opened by His hand. You will not have to push your way into the moment. You will not have to manipulate attention. You will not have to expose sacred details just to make people believe you. So before you speak, pause. Ask God, is this mine to reveal? Is this the right person? Is this the right time? Is this obedience or emotion? Am I sharing because you released me, or because I am uncomfortable being hidden? Am I testifying, or am I trying to prove? Am I speaking from peace, or am I speaking from pressure? Chosen one, discernment is not only knowing what to say, discernment is knowing when to say it, who to say it to, and when to let silence keep guarding the door. When God gives the release, speak. Speak with clarity. Speak with peace. Speak with authority. But until He does, stay covered. Let your mouth remain submitted. Let your timing remain holy. Let God be the one who decides when the hidden thing becomes public evidence. Chosen one, now bring this into your daily life. Bring it into your conversations. Bring it into your phone. Bring it into your messages, your posts, your meetings, your family, your friendships, your circle. Because the people around you must not all have the same access. Let that settle in your spirit. Everybody cannot receive the same level of information from you. Everybody cannot receive the same level of intimacy. Everybody cannot receive the same updates, the same explanations, the same details, the same access to what God is building. This is not pride. This is not rejection. This is not you acting distant because you think you are better. This is obedience. This is order. This is wisdom. Some people get prayer requests. That is all. They do not need the details. They do not need the names. They do not need the dates. They do not need the full vision. They can pray in agreement without knowing every private piece of the process. Some people get general updates. You can say, God is working, I am waiting, I am praying, I am being led, and that is enough. Some people get silence. Not because you hate them, not because you are bitter, not because you are hiding in fear, but because their access would disturb your peace, confuse your obedience, or expose what God told you to guard. And only trusted, proven counsel gets details. Proven, not just familiar, not just emotional, not just available, proven. People who have shown consistency. People who can hear your process without trying to control it. People who can correct you without crushing you. People who can cover you without competing with you. People who can hold information without turning it into conversation. That kind of access is earned through fruit, not assumed through closeness. Chosen one, stop confusing kindness with access. You can love people and still withhold information from them. You can honor people and still not explain every move. You can forgive people and still not invite them into your inner room. You can be peaceful and still have boundaries. Love does not require you to hand everybody the keys. Forgiveness does not require you to reopen every door. Humility does not mean making your assignment available for public commentary. Stop posting every sign. Stop announcing every meeting. Stop telling people every conversation you had, every opportunity that appeared, every delay that frustrated you, every shift you think is coming. Stop explaining every quiet season. Stop updating people who only feed your anxiety. Stop giving emotional reports to people who leave you more confused than before you spoke. If a conversation consistently steals your peace, why are you still treating that person like a covering? Your assignment needs covering more than it needs commentary. Your promise needs prayer more than opinions. Your next level needs obedience more than attention. And some of you are wearing yourself out because you are giving full access to people who only have partial capacity. They cannot carry the weight of what God told you. They cannot discern the timing. They cannot protect the detail. So when they mishandle it, you feel wounded. But God is saying, I told you to guard it. Chosen one, love people wisely. Be gracious. Be gentle. Be respectful. But be governed. Do not let guilt make you expose what obedience told you to conceal. Do not let pressure make you explain what God told you to keep covered. Do not let familiarity make you careless with sacred things. Everybody can have love. Everybody cannot have access. Everybody can receive kindness. Everybody cannot receive keys. Guard the door. Guard the details. Guard the peace. And until God releases you, let silence be the boundary that keeps your assignment covered. Chosen one, now receive the comfort in this instruction. Because silence is not empty. Silence is not wasted space. Silence is not you sitting in nothing while life passes you by. Holy silence is producing something in you while you wait. It is producing peace. It is producing clarity. It is producing strength. It is producing discernment. It is producing a deeper dependence on God that noise could never give you. When you stop giving every voice access, you make room for God's voice again. When you stop running to opinions, you begin to hear instruction. When you stop reacting to every feeling, every question, every delay, every strange look, every side comment, your spirit begins to settle. The noise goes down. The urgency loses its grip. The confusion stops multiplying. And suddenly, you can hear what was there all along. God was speaking, but your life was too crowded with reactions to receive it clearly. Chosen one, silence will stabilize you. Let that settle in your spirit. Silence will stabilize you. You will notice that you are not as reactive as you used to be. You will not jump every time someone misunderstands you. You will not panic every time the timing feels slow. You will not feel the same need to explain, defend, prove, announce, or chase confirmation. Something in you will become anchored. Something in you will stop needing the room to agree before you obey. This is what God is producing while you wait. He is making you less needy, less defensive, less available to confusion, less moved by opinions, less controlled by emotional urgency. He is teaching you how to sit with a promise without shaking. He is teaching you how to carry instruction without leaking. He is teaching you how to stand in divine timing without trying to force the clock. God is not making you invisible forever. Hear me clearly. He is not hiding you because he has no intention of opening the door. He is hiding you because when the door opens, you must be stable enough to stand in it. Promotion without stability becomes pressure. Visibility without roots becomes danger. Access without maturity becomes a burden. So God is using this quiet season to build the inner structure that your next level will require. And when the door opens, chosen one, you will not need to manipulate attention. You will not need to beg to be noticed. You will not need to expose sacred details to make people believe something happened. What God opens will announce itself. The fruit will speak. The evidence will stand. The timing will carry authority. So do not despise this silence. It is working. It is forming you. It is protecting your peace. It is preparing your spirit. Silence is not empty. It is producing the stability you will need for the door God is opening. Chosen one, hear this assurance as this message begins to settle in your spirit. The same God who told you to be silent will also tell you when to move. The same God who covered the door will open the door. The same God who restrained your mouth will release your steps. He is not training you in silence so you can miss the moment. He is training you in silence so when the moment comes, you will recognize His voice above pressure, above fear, above excitement, above every false urgency trying to rush you. When God opens the door, you will not need to force it. Let that settle in your spirit. You will not need to beg. You will not need to chase. You will not need to announce yourself into the room. You will not need to manipulate people into noticing you. You will not need to prove what God already established. What God opens in His timing will not require you to violate His instruction to obtain it. If you have to disobey to get it, God did not open it. If you have to leak sacred details to secure it, God did not release it. If you have to perform, panic, flatter, scheme, chase, or compromise your peace to enter it, pause. Because divine doors carry divine order. God does not bless confusion and call it breakthrough. He does not require you to abandon obedience in the hallway just to step into the room. Chosen one, when God opens it, no jealousy can close it. When God opens it, no delay can cancel it. When God opens it, no false voice can override it. When God opens it, no hidden opposition can steal it. When God opens it, no gossip can block it, no envy can poison it, no rejection can reverse it, no human opinion can outrank His authority. What God has ordained will stand. What God has appointed will arrive. What God has guarded will be revealed at the right time. This is why your silence matters now. Silence before the door is preparation for authority after the door. God is teaching you how to carry weight without leaking. He is teaching you how to walk into visibility without needing validation. He is teaching you how to stand in an open place without becoming addicted to applause. Because the door is not just about access. The door is about assignment. And assignment requires a steady spirit. So stay quiet, stay clean, stay prayerful, stay ready. Do not let impatience make you dirty. Do not let delay make you doubtful. Do not let pressure make you talk. Do not let people pull you out of the posture God placed you in. Obedience in the hidden place is preparing you for visibility in the appointed place. Chosen one, trust the timing, trust the covering, trust the silence. The door is not lost. The promise is not forgotten. God knows exactly where you are, and when He opens what He has been guarding, you will not have to force a thing. Chosen one, now let this become prayer. Slow your spirit down. Let your heart come under the hand of God. Do not rush this moment. Do not treat this like another message you heard and moved past. This is surrender. This is obedience. This is the final place where you stop arguing with the instruction and say, Lord, take control of my mouth. Lord, forgive me for every careless word I released before you gave me permission. Forgive me for every anxious announcement, every premature exposure, every detail I shared because I was excited, afraid, lonely, insecure, or desperate to be validated. Forgive me for using people as confirmation when you were already speaking. Forgive me for trying to prove what you told me to protect. Forgive me for explaining sacred things to people who were never assigned to carry them. Lord, cleanse my mouth, cleanse my motives, cleanse my need to be seen, believed, applauded, understood, and approved. If I have leaked what you were guarding, restore wisdom in me. If I have opened doors through speech that should have stayed closed, cover me again. If I have allowed pressure to pull words out of me, teach me restraint. If I have confused transparency with obedience, correct me with mercy. I do not want my mouth to work against my promise. I do not want my words to expose what your hand is still forming. Give me discernment, Lord. Show me who gets access and who does not. Show me when to speak and when to be silent. Show me when a question is innocent and when it is a distraction. Show me when a conversation is covered and when it is dangerous. Teach me to pause before I answer. Teach me to pray before I explain. Teach me to hear your warning before I release information. Let my spirit become sensitive to your timing. Let my mouth become submitted to your authority. Chosen one, receive this now. I declare protection over your promise. I declare protection over your assignment. I declare protection over your relationships, your opportunities, your healing, your next move, your open door, your divine connections, your private instructions, and every sacred thing God is still preparing behind the scenes. No weapon formed through gossip will prosper. No envy will locate what God has hidden. No premature exposure will destroy what heaven has covered. No anxious word will outrank divine timing. God is sealing what belongs to him. Say this in your spirit. I will not announce what God is protecting. I will not expose what God is preparing. I will not leak what God is forming. I will not speak from pressure. I will not speak from panic. I will not speak from pride. I will not use people as proof. I will be silent until he opens the door. I will wait until he gives the release. I will guard the promise. I will protect the assignment. I will obey in the hidden place. Chosen one, your silence is not the end of your story. It is the covering over your next chapter. God has not forgotten you. God has not abandoned the door. God has not wasted the waiting. He is sealing your mouth so he can strengthen your spirit. He is quieting the noise so he can sharpen your discernment. He is hiding the promise so it can live long enough to become fruit. If you need strength to stay silent in this season, leave your prayer request in the comments. Comment, I will be silent until God opens the door, as your declaration of obedience. Like this video to stand in agreement with this instruction. Share it with another chosen one who needs to protect their promise, and subscribe for more messages of timing, protection, and obedience. Stay covered, stay prayerful, stay quiet until God speaks.